Come children, so we already learned about the introduction part and the soil profile. Different section, different horizon A, B and C and bedrock. So today we are going to discuss about the soil types of the soil. Before that, I want to know how the soil is formed. Soil is formed due to the weathering of the rocks, breaking down of the rocks particles. Rocks will break down till the soil is formed. So soil is formed due to the weathering of the rocks. So in this chapter, in this today's section, we are going to learn the three different types of soil. First one is sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. Next we are going to learn what is the percolation rate of water, how we should calculate the percolation rate of water. Okay children, let's start. So what soil types? See, you already learned here, due to the weathering of the rocks, the soil are formed. So next we are going to discuss about the sandy soil. The particles in the sandy soil, the particles are more bigger and space are more. If the space are more, then air is there, no? So the water will be absorbed very fast. Water absorption is very fast in the sandy soil. In the sandy soil means bigger particles are more. So you have noticed the sandy soil. I can give the example in Rajasthan area. If you go, how it is so difficult to walk through Rajasthan mud, sand. So sandy soil, the particles are from the coastal area if you are going. All that types of. So mixture of rock particles and humans is called the soil already learned. And the soil is classified on the basis of the proportion of the particles on various size. Some are very small, some are very big, some are very medium, like that. According to the property, according to the particles of the soil, they can divide it into sandy, clay and loamy. In the sandy soil, the particles are more bigger than loamy and clay soil. So here, the particles are more bigger. So the size of the particles also influences properties, and particles are quite large. They cannot fit close each together, and so large spaces between them. So the particles are more and more bigger. The difference between them, they have the more spaces in between them. That's no. So air, the spaces are filled with the air, and so the water can drain quickly. Means the absorption of water will be very fast, and the space between, so that is a very dry type of the soil is called sandy soil. Next coming to the clay soil. Here the smaller particles compared to the sandy soil, the particles are very small and they are more than little air only. They have little space between them, so little air will be there, and they are watery. Then water content will be more in the clay soil. So they are useful to make to pots and this. So clay soil have very less air, but they have very heavy as hold more water than the sandy soil. Next, they are saying the best topsoil of growing plants is low, means that is a moderate. Loamy soil is equal amount of particles. The bigger particles and smaller particles are equal amount is seen in the loamy soil. So because of that, loamy soil is very good for the plantation. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand and clay, another type of soil particles, so known as slit. So slit occur as a deposit in the river beds. Size of the slit particles is between those of sand and the clay. The loamy soil also has the humus. You know humus are the dead remains of the plants and animals. The right holding capacity of the growth of plants. They have the right quality of the holding the capacity of the water. So that is the moderate. So they have their equal amount of particles, means bigger particles and smaller particles are equal in amount. So the loamy soil are more suitable for the plantation. So perfect soil for growth of the plants, loamy soil. Next we are going to talk about the properties of the soil. Properties, percolation rate of mixture moisture in the properties of the soil. What is the properties of the soil? Let's see. You already learned the first one is percolation of water in the soil. What is the percolation of the next moisture in the soil? Absorption of water by soil. These are the properties we are going to learn. First, we are going to learn what is the percolation of water. What do you mean by percolation of water? Means water slowly passes down through the soil. The amount of water passes through the water. That how much time it takes. Amount of water percolated. Amount of water is dissolved, disappear in the soil within unit time is called as percolation rate of water. For example, I pour 100 ml of water in 10 minute or second. In 10 seconds, 100. What is the percolation will come? 100 by 10, it will come 10. So percolation rate of this soil will be 10. So you want to calculation of percolation rate, the amount of water percolated by per unit time percolation rate. Next coming to here, I will see that I'll read it out the activity given in your textbook. For activity, divide yourself your 3 term teams. You make it the 3 term. Name it as A, B and C. And you will finding out how fast the water passes through the soil. Let's repeat. You will need a hollow cylindrical or a pipe. And ensure that each team uses the pipe of the same diameter. Diameter means the circle. Circle only having the diameter. This diameter, this is the part is called diameter. The diameter will be same if you are taking all the pipes. Okay, then some suggestion for the obtaining such pipes are given below. You can say PVC or like the third one. So at this place where you collect the soil, place the pipe about 2 cm deep in the ground and pour 200 ml of water. 200 ml of water. Then place it the pipe each team and start pouring the water for 200 ml. Measure it and pour. And note the time you start pouring the water. Then you note the time in your watch or stove, anything. When all the water are percolated, all the water are disappeared, leaving the pipe empty. Note the time again. Be careful, let the water spill or run over or outside the pipe while pouring. While pouring time, you should be careful. Calculate the rate of percolation by using the formula. What is the formula? I told amount of water percolated ml in a minute. So minute also, second you can convert it also. We are giving the second also. Next, for example, suppose that for certain sample it took 20 minutes for 200 ml. So what will be there? So here we are taking 200 ml by 20 minutes. So cancel 0, 0. Then you can cancel here 1, here 10. So here you got 10 ml per minute. So 10 ml is the 10 ml per minute. 1 minute 10 ml. That is the percolation rate of water. So that way we want to calculate the percolation rate. Then what is the formula? Once again I repeat. Amount of water, how much amount of water it calculated in ml, milliliter by unit time means in minute. How much minute you are taking, 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes according to that. So amount of water by percolation time. So next one more activity they are given here. You can see here. This is the test tube. They are given sand. They keep it here and burner and the soil sample and boiling tube and drops they are given. Let's read what is the activity. Take the boiling tube, put 2 teaspoons of soil sample in it and heat it on the flame and observe it. Let us find out what happens upon heating. While heating time, what will happen? Do you see the water drops anywhere? If else, why it find them? On heating, water in the soil evaporates. As you know, you already know, if you are taking a pan and keep the water and not on the stove, fire the stove, that what will happen? The water starts boiling and evaporates. Water vapor will come out. So same way here, on heating, water in the soil evaporates, moves up and condenses on cooler inner walls of the upper part of the boiling point. Condensation means cooling of the water. So on the hot summer day, the vapor coming out the soil reflects the sunlight and the air above the soil seems to be shimmer. So that's the activity. This means come to conclusion. After heating the soil, take it out to the test tube and compare it with the soil which has not been heated. Note the difference of both. You can see the water content is there in the soil. We are learned in this activity. So next, absorption of water by soil. Moisture means water content is there in the soil. If you take the soil, if the water content is there, more or less water content, moisture of the soil. Next, coming to the absorption of water by soil. How much absorption? So this also activity is there. They are given the cylinder. The activity showing this beaker, funnel, filter paper and dropper. So let's see the activity. What is the activity here? Take the plastic funnel, take the filter paper and you can fold it and make it and weigh 50 gram of dry powder soil and pour it in the funnel. And measure a certain amount of water in the measuring cylinder and pour it drop by drop on the soil. And use the dropper for this purpose. Do not let all the water fall at the one spot. Pour the water all over the soil. Keep the pouring water till it starts dripping. So you keep the funnel and keep the filter paper drop by drop. You add the water here. You see in the picture they are showing there. So next here, subtract the amount of water left in the measuring cylinder from the amount of you started. So weight of the soil was 50 gram. Initial volume of water in the measuring cylinder was U ml and final V ml. The volume of water absorbed by the soil, you can use it as U minus V ml. So next is coming the 1 ml, the weight of water absorbed by the soil, U minus V gram. So 1 ml. So the percentage of water absorbed. Now we can find out the percentage of water by 50 into 100. If your percentage, every time you are multiplying with the 100 only. If you want to find out the percentage, you want to multiply with the 100. So repeat this activity with a different sample soil. So which soil would have the highest percolation rate? So we'll find out. You already learned sandy soil and dry soil. So sandy soil will have maximum percolation rate and here it have moderate. Here the minimum percolation rate means like that. So here which soil would have the lowest percolation rate and soil which have the highest percolation rate here. Can you suggest some method to more rainwater percolate and reach the water underground? So next, so in this section we learn about the clay, sandy soil, what are the properties of sandy soil, and clay soil, what is the properties of soil, and loamy soil, and which soil is most comfortable for, which is suitable for the plantation is the loamy soil. While the more the larger particles and smaller particles are in equal amount and percolation rate means percolation rate is moderate. Yeah, the water content will be more in the clay soil. Why we want to divide this? We want to divide the all types of soil. We want to some seeds will get water suitable in the clay soil. Some are suitable in sandy soil. Some are suitable in loamy soil. So we want to know about the properties of all types of soil for the plantations of the crops. So soil and crops. So soil, different types of soils are found in different parts of India. Yes, no, you already learned in geography also different types of soil in different parts of the India. Red soil, black soil, alluvial soil, so many types of soil. In parts there are clay soil, some parts there are loamy soil, and some other parts is sandy soil. Soil is affected by wind, rainfall, temperature, light and humidity. And these are some important climatic factors. What are the important climatic factors? Humidity, rainfall, wind, temperature, light, etc. So which affect the soil profile, brings changes to the soil structure. Climatic factors as well as the components of the soil determine the various types of vegetation and crops might grow in any region. So clay and loamy soil. Clay and loamy soils are both suitable for growing cereals like wheat and grains, and such soils are good at retaining water. Soil is rich, is very good in the clay soil. Water content should be not percolate, it should be more, it should be hold the water. So that type of soil they need for the crop paddy. So clay soil is there, good for that. And next, having the stendal, mazur and other pulses and loamy soils which drain water easily are required. For cotton, sandy, loam or which drain water easily. So different types of soil are suitable for different types of the crops. Some are suitable in the clay soil, some are suitable in sandy soil, some are suitable in loamy soils. So crops such as wheat are grown in the fine clay soil because they are rich in humans and are very fertile. And find like some so like that you can find out the types of soil and which type of crops can grow in your, that is your duty to fill the table. So we are coming to the end of the chapter. In this chapter we learned about the soil and what are the soil profile, means what are the different types of horizon here, and what is the types of soil, how the soil is formed, and what we want to classify the soil into different types according to the suitable of the plantation. And next is the properties of the soil, what is the percolation of water, how we want to calculate the percolation rate of water. I hope you all understood. Thank you children. Thank you so much.